This is Enneanerds. My name is Bethany. I'm a type 5.
And my name is Grace, and I am a type 7. Enneanerds is kind of a fun and quirky look at the Enneagram. So we hope you have fun.
Yes. And today is a mini episode, and we are going to give some suggestions on what we think each type is as ice cream flavors. I love ice cream. It is one of my favorite foods. I had some ice cream right before we are filming this and recording this so that I could be in the correct headspace,
Perfect.
So yeah.
Perfect.
So I made a list. Grace made a list of the numbers, and we shall see if we match on any of them. I don't think we will. I don't think so
either. Yeah.
But we'll see. So my list is totally random. I'm starting with the 7.
Cool.
So tell me what you got for 7.
Okay, I chose for 7. There's a couple numbers where I was teetering between 2, but they're kind of in the same vein of each other. So I chose like a coconut ice cream or an orange and cream ice cream.
Oh.
Because they're kind of adventurous, a little bit outside of the box, and they're also something that I don't think you would gorge yourself on like coconut ice cream. You're gonna have little bits.
True.
And I feel like that's kind of how 7s are, or you only want like little bits of 7s,
True. Oh, well, I mean,
I'm hard on my own number.
You are. I was hard on my own number too. But like so my thought is I'm in Texas and Bluebell is the dominating ice cream brand in Texas. So a lot of mine come from Bluebell. Just putting that out. Okay. So for 7, I said the brand new flavor that they just released is the Dr. Pepper float. And so I chose that one because it's exciting. It's new. It's fun. I think people are going to love it. But like you said, they're only going to have a little bit of it. They're not going to gorge themselves on it and get it every single time. Yeah. But not that 7s are a lot. We can't handle it. It's just that, we like, sometimes 7s and spurts, which is fine.
Yeah.
Which is fine. So I said
Dr. Here for a long time. Here for a good time, but not a long time. Yeah.
That's exactly right. And that's what Dr. Pepper float screams.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm totally behind that. I hate Dr. Pepper, so I would not indulge in that. But that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, well, I also don't drink soda, period. And so I would probably never, ever taste it in my life.
Yeah.
I've never had a Dr. Pepper. I've never had a Coke. I know. I've never had any kind of soda. So, I mean, I have, but I don't like the carbonation. Yeah. Anyways. Okay, the next number I have is 2.
2. You go first.
Okay. I said the Bluebell flavor Christmas cookies for 2. Have you ever had this flavor?
I don't know, but that sounds great.
It is an amazing flavor. Ooh. And it is basically like, how do I describe it? It's like cake batter ice cream, but with cookies in it, like the holiday cookies that are in there, like sugar, and that's like got a cinnamon swirl in there. It's amazing. And so it's like, of course, holidays wrapped up. When I think of it too, I think of like a hug. And so I was like, I think Christmas cookies is the ice cream flavor that's like a hug.
Mine, different flavor, but same sentiment. And actually something that you said kind of makes me want to change it. I had put like chocolate chip cookie dough, like the generic, just chocolate chip cookie dough. But once you said cake batter, maybe I would have like switched it to cake batter, but same idea, like just a really sweet, warm, loving hug in an ice cream. Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah, well, we both went with cookies, so it's kind of matchy.
Pretty close.
Yeah. Okay, so 3. You go 3.
Number 3, I went with Neapolitan because, chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry. And 3s wear many hats, and they can blend into lots of different groups, but they're also unique in themselves. And you can't go wrong with Neapolitan. So
I have that on my list, but not for a 3. I have it for a different number. Yeah, so I chose Java chip for a 3.
Okay.
Because I was like, I feel like 3s are achievers and they need coffee. Every 3 I know loves their coffee. And I don't know, they're just kind of like the upbeat version of the Enneagram. And so I was like, coffee, business, get things going. So that's why I went Java chip.
Yeah. So. Oh, that's great. I have a coffee one also on my list, but it's with someone else.
Oh, okay. So next is 6. And I chose a Ben and Jerry flavor for
Okay.
6, which I know, like, I'm in Texas and I should really like Bluebell, and I do, but I think Ben and Jerry is superior than Bluebell. But you're not loyal to Texas. You weren't.
That's true.
You
But I
weren't born and
agree.
raised here. But Ben and Jerry, I think, is superior ice cream. Don't hate me, Texans. That's just where I'm at in life. Okay. Anyways, this is one of my new favorite ice cream flavors. For the 6, I picked Netflix and chilled, and it's peanut butter ice cream with a pretzel swirl and fudge brownie in it, and I was like, if that's not 6, I don't know what is. Like, cause like, I don't know. It's just like, it feels like I'm Netflix and chilled. I'm going to chill with 6. I feel safe with 6s. And so I feel like I can chill with 6s. So that's why I picked that one.
6 was probably the one that I had the hardest trouble coming up with one. And I landed on mint chocolate chip for 6.
Okay.
Because kind of what you were saying, I feel like mint chocolate chip, even though personally it's not my favorite, but it's a lot of people's favorite and a lot of people's go-to, and it's like a safe choice because I don't think there's too many, like, mint chocolate chip from like brand to brand I think is pretty similar, and so it's kind of like a safe bet no matter what, so you don't have to take like a massive risk with mint chocolate chip, but it's a good flavor, it's a solid flavor, and most people really, really like it. So
it's true. But I will say, people who don't like mint really don't like mint. And so I'm like, oh, like, people, they'll come for the mint. They don't like, anyways, moving on. So I have one next.
Okay, one, sure. Do you want me to start?
Yes.
Okay. I'm hoping my sister doesn't listen to this because she always gets on me for my choices for ones. And she's
gonna listen.
Yeah, she will for sure get me on this one. But I chose vanilla for 1 because vanilla is solid. It knows what it is. It's not trying to be anything else. Also, which I don't understand this either, but so many people, if you ask them their favorite flavor of ice cream, they will say vanilla. Which
I looked it up.
Yeah, it's
before
the number
we did
one,
this,
isn't
I
it?
looked up number 1 flavor, and it is vanilla. I have no
it's
idea
literally
why,
I'm not trying to shade ones by choosing vanilla because so many people love it. But I always see ones as just really steadfast and, they're true to themselves. They're true, and of course we can get into like stress and blah, blah, blah. But like in health, like they are the straight and narrow kind of thing. And I feel like that's what vanilla is,
Okay. I mean, I purposely did not put vanilla or chocolate on my list because I was like, I don't want to offend anybody by saying vanilla. But I'm so glad you picked, because my first thought for ones was vanilla. I just didn't do it. I instead went the coward's way and I chose cookies and cream for 1, which is the number 3 liked flavor. Right. It's vanilla, then chocolate, and then cookies and cream.
Yeah.
I love cookies and cream. It's good no matter what brand you have. And so I picked it for ones because I feel like ones are kind of like a global number. I don't know why. I just think of the world and like justice and, they're always trying to better the world. And so I went with cookies and cream because I feel like that's a well-liked flavor. And that's why I picked that one. But I agree, vanilla is probably the better fit. I just didn't want to fit anyone. So anyways, okay, so now I have number 4. I can't wait to hear what you said before.
Do you want to start or do you want me to start?
I'll go first. This is a good flavor that I picked. It's not one that I have often, but it's a summer flavor. It's a holiday flavor. I put Southern Blackberry Cobbler for 4.
Oh.
I feel like it's summer in ice cream, and it's nostalgia, and it's like, summer is fun, and there's so much memories within summer. People always look back and they're like, oh, it's the summer I fell in love, or the summer, la, 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 And so I always think summer flavor. I'm going to go with a 4, Southern Blackberry Cobbler.
I love that. I think that's a great choice. 4 is my other one where I'm teetering between 2, because literally when I think of 4s, my mind either goes to like imaginative, creative, floofy, you know, rainbowy, or it goes like dark and moody. And like those are the two extremes of fours in my brain. And so I was teetering between cotton candy ice cream or like dark chocolate raspberry for those two
Ooh.
different sides of a four. And I feel like some fours are like either of the extremes.
Right.
So that's a choose your own. Whatever type of four
Choose
you
your own
are,
adventure.
you might be, you know,
I almost gave cotton candy to sevens,
Yeah.
but I felt like that was so cliche. So I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. But I think the dark chocolate cherry, you said, or raspberry?
I said raspberry, but cherry would work.
I think that would be great. Like, I think that works beautifully for. Wonderful. Okay. So what do you have for 9?
So for 9, I chose cookies and cream.
Okay.
I chose that one because even though we already discussed vanilla being everyone's favorite, which I understand, but I do feel like if you're like in line at Ben and Jerry's or any of those, I can't think of a single place, Baskin Robbins, and you're like, you have all these choices and you're like, oh my gosh, what do I choose? What do I choose? And for 9s, and I know this being married to one, it's very, very difficult for them to make up their mind. Yes. And so cookies and cream is a crowd favorite. You know, everyone likes it. It's a safe bet. And I feel like for 9s, I don't know. I just feel like that fits them. And not trying to say that they're like boring or anything. I don't mean that at all.
No, cookies and cream is well liked.
Yeah, super well liked. And yeah.
Okay. So along the same thought line of like not being able to decide, they're the ones I put Neapolitan on. Okay. Because then you don't have to decide when you get Neapolitan if you want strawberry, vanilla, or chocolate. It's all there. So that's along the same lines of you don't have to decide. 9s, you're Neapolitan. Have what you want.
I like it.
Yeah. Okay. These last 2, I struggled. It's 5 and 8. I struggled. So for 5, I put Rocky Road. And I've recently been told I'm not the easiest person to get to know. It's a bit of a rocky road. And so, you know, I'm an obstacle course. And so I feel like a rocky road is a good description. But once you actually try Rocky Road, it's really good. Chocolate, marshmallow, walnuts. It's amazing. So that's why I picked that for 5.
Okay. I like it. I leaned hardcore into the cliches for this episode. So bear with me. So for 5, I chose coffee.
Okay.
Because this doesn't fit you, and you're obviously like the 5 that I know the best. But in my mind, when I think of a 5, I think of like a gentleman or gentlewoman like sitting by a fireplace, either with whiskey or a coffee, and like spouting out all their knowledge. Or like a 5 staying up till 4 in the morning doing a bunch of research on something and needing that coffee. And they don't make like a whiskey flavored ice cream that I'm aware of. So I chose coffee for that reason.
Well, I do love coffee. I mean, very much so. And every 5 I know loves coffee. So I can easily see myself sitting somewhere drinking a cup of coffee. Obviously, I've never stayed up till 4 a.m. I am not I don't sacrifice sleep.
It's healthy.
But but I understand your thinking. I do get it. Okay, so the last one's the 8, and this flavor I chose for 8 is a brand new Ben and Jerry's flavor. Ooh. And it's called Boston Cream Pie.
It's my favorite.
And like Boston, like you are a boss kind of thing. It's like a play on words. And we all know 8s are a boss. We all know they are. And I thought a cream pie, it's a nice flavor. It's, you know, I don't know. It's just something that I wouldn't go to every time and get, but I feel like if I had it, it'd be super good. Would love it. Anyways, yeah, and 8s are a boss. So Boston cream pie.
Yeah. Oh, I like it a lot. For 8, I chose Rocky Road. For literally like the exact same reason why you chose it for a 5.
Right.
Because I think 8s, you know, can be a challenge to really get to know on a deeper level. But once you do, it's awesome. And what a great friendship or relationship of any kind. And so just like Rocky Road, it's really delicious once you get to it, you know?
I totally agree. 5 and 8s, I feel like are similar in the whole, let's not be vulnerable.
Yeah.
Like it takes a while to get to know us. We got a lot of boundaries. So I understand the thinking behind that one. Well, I feel like my list was better. No, I'm just kidding.
Always do.
I'm just kidding. I feel like both our lists are great. But if you guys have any suggestions for other foods that you want us to, like, we could do tacos. We could do all kinds of stuff.
I feel like all of our mini episodes are going to be food themed because we've done sandwiches and now ice cream.
And that's fine. It's fine. We love food. We could do vegetables next for you since you're a vegetarian.
I know vegetables.
Let me write that idea down. Okay. All right. Well, this was a mini episode. We hope you laughed, had a good time.
And we will see you guys next time on Enneanerds.
Bye.